Most people think being smart automatically leads to success. But if that were true, why are some of the smartest people you know still broke, stressed, and stuck? And why do some very average people seem to make money effortlessly? Let's define smart first. In school, smart usually means you understand concepts quickly, you analyze deeply, you see multiple possibilities, you question everything. That's not bad, but here's the problem. Money doesn't reward understanding. This is where things break. Imagine two people. Person A is very smart. They read books, watch podcasts, they understand economics, psychology, systems. Person B is average, not dumb, just not obsessed with being right. Both have the same idea. Maybe I should start a clothing brand. Here's what happens next. Person A starts thinking. They think about market saturation, competition, branding, taxes, timing, failure. They open 17 tabs, watch 42 videos, and say, I'm just doing more research. But what they're really doing is delaying risk. Person B does something different. They don't fully understand the market. They don't have the perfect strategy. They just start. They sell some ugly shirts. They mess up. They adjust, and suddenly, money appears. Not because they're smarter, but because they moved. This is the first reason smart people stay broke. They confuse thinking with progress. Thinking feels productive, but it doesn't change reality. Now let's talk about perfection and ego. Smart people want the best decision. They want to be correct, but money doesn't care about correctness. Money rewards decisions made early. While you're trying to be right, someone else is getting paid for being early. And here's where it gets crazy. Smart people attach their identity to intelligence, so failure doesn't feel like feedback. It feels personal. Not that didn't work, but maybe I'm not as smart as I thought. So instead of risking failure, they stay in potential. Potential feels safe and impressive, but potential doesn't pay rent. Average people don't have that problem. They fail publicly. They learn fast. They move on. Now, the biggest difference. Smart people overvalue knowledge and undervalue leverage. They think, if I just learn more, I'll be ready. But money doesn't come from knowing. It comes from selling, repeating simple actions, leveraging time, people, and systems. Most businesses don't win because the founder is brilliant. They win because one offer works, one channel works, one action is repeated daily. That's boring. That's not intellectually stimulating. And that's exactly why it works. Money lives in repetition. Smart people crave novelty. Average people tolerate boredom. So what do you do with this? Here's the framework. Step 1. Feed reality, not theory. Cut off abstract advice. Only study real execution in context. Watch how decisions are made, how money actually moves. Your brain learns faster from reality than explanations. Step 2. Act before it feels ready. Lower the standard for action. Your first attempt doesn't need polish. It needs contact with the real world. After learning, ask, what's the smallest version of this I can try this week? Thinking stays theoretical. Action creates feedback. Step 3. Remove ego. Repeat what works. Detach identity from outcomes. Failure isn't a verdict, it's information. Choose boring and repeatable over impressive and complex. If something works, stay there longer than your ego wants to. In short, smart people stay broke because they overthink, they delay risk, they fear looking stupid, they chase understanding instead of leverage. Average people win because they act early, they tolerate boredom, they fail without identity collapse, they repeat simple actions. If you're smart and broke, this isn't an insult, it's an invitation to stop waiting to feel ready, because money doesn't reward brilliance, it rewards movement. And once you start moving, your intelligence finally becomes an advantage, not a cage.